We are just a few days away from the Bitcoin halving. We have had a very interesting market, to say the least, here lately. We've got things to talk about: inflation, Ripple, Stellar, Algorand news, and more. All I ever ask is if you do like talking about digital assets and the digital revolution, go ahead and drop an X in the comment section, smash that like button, and share the video far and wide. Let others know what is truly happening in this digital revolution. As I want to start right here, as Monica Long puts out, Brazil is quickly becoming a key crypto hub globally with its forward-thinking regulators and clear policies. In parentheses, clear policies. Wouldn't that be nice to have here in the United States? Watcher Guru put out just in, Federal Chair Jerome Powell says recent data shows lack of further progress on inflation. Now, remember when he said this?
The U.S. is on an unsustainable fiscal path. The U.S. federal government's on an unsustainable fiscal path. And that just means that the debt is growing faster than the economy.
I have the sense this worries you very much.
Over the long run, of course it does. You know, we're borrowing from future generations. It's time for us to get back to putting a priority on fiscal sustainability. And sooner is better than later.
Yeah, over the long run. But what does he do in the short term? He prints more money. And in the long run, he won't be around, but my kids, your grandkids will, and they will be the ones that have to pay the price. Now, Stellar, great news here today, put out global conflicts highlight the pressing need to enhance digital infrastructure for aid and economic recovery.
I hesitate to say this when I'm sitting next to someone from Ukraine because you're so innovative and move so quickly, as particularly in the time of war. But I think more generically, if you look across the globe, the private sector innovates more quickly and is a little bit more agile. And so that's something that we bring, but also being just so mindful of building solutions with the local folks involved, so they know what the real issues are. And at the same time, we are very mindful of trying to do that, knowing that it will be open source and can be used in other contexts, which we've definitely seen with the Stellar disbursement platform. It was built very laser focused on this issue in Ukraine, and now it's being used for payroll. Yeah. Right? It's like if you can do bulk disbursements in more and more companies that have a remote workforce and getting paid across borders, even the UN has been using it. It's great. That's the other benefit of open source, is that you might build it thinking, oh, this can be used in these 10 ways. Yeah. And then someone sees it and they say, oh, well, here are another 10 ways. And then they contribute and maybe change it. And it's a live, dynamic process.
And that it is, and that's what I like she said that, you show them one product and they say, well, there's 10 other ways to use this product because it's open source. And so Jamie Dimon, the rest that continuously say there's no use case, and the only use case really for blockchain tech and crypto is actually fraud and corruption. It's just the opposite. Algorand, I want to give him a shout out today, as the Algorand Foundation is proud to be a technical partner of Frontech Accelerator alongside who, guys? Microsoft. Now, the program is born from an initiative of CDP Venture Capital, which is dedicated to frontier technologies such as AI, Web3, Metaverse that are transforming all productive sectors. Now, lastly, let's take a look at this. XRP Drops puts out the race to T1, timeline of implementation. Guys, big difference between implementation and go live. See, we had the pilots, we've been in implementation, and then there's go live. We are getting close to go live. Now, the timeline of implementation of compressed global settlement cycles with Citi and World Economic Forum, US and Mexico, T2 to T1, the 28th of May this year. And you can find this directly on the web or on World Economic Forum. And you can see here the timeline of implementation of compressed global settlement cycles. We had India back in January 23, then August of 23. We had the Philippines, then Mexico comes out next month. USA comes next month. Canada, UK, and Australia all coming to come on board next month for the global settlement cycles. And so Chad Steingraber puts out May 28th, the entire U.S. financial system moves to a T+1 settlement, which utilizes DLT, distributed ledger technology. This is the test bed before moving to TO settlement to a fully real-time market, a go live situation. And so Digital Perspectives put out, keep an eye on May 28th. Everyone seems to be migrating to T1 settlement, including Robinhood. And what we see here is what to expect with T1 settlement date. Hi, Bradley. Starting May 28th, the trade settlement period for stocks and ETF will be just 1 day instead of 2. The settlement period is the amount of time it takes for securities and cash related to trades to be exchanged between buyers and sellers. This is an industry-wide change for most security transactions due to the recent rule amendments from the Security and Exchange Commission. All beautiful stuff. Is Gold Telegraph, says a Federal Reserve working paper warns the central bank digital currencies could increase financial instability. We recently learned that researchers at the Federal Reserve Bank of Philadelphia said switching to the gold standard could stabilize prices. Welcome to Hollywood, he says, as this, guys, seems to all just be a movie. But we're getting close to the end, aren't we? And it's becoming a beautiful ending, I do believe, as we are just a few days away from the Bitcoin halving. Simple economics tells you supply, demand. We are going to see a good back half of this year. It's not going to happen immediately after the Bitcoin halving. I'm not calling for that, as generally speaking, like I've said, we'll see a little bit of a sell-off right after the Bitcoin halving. But again, as I say time and time again, be on the lookout for that June, July movement to start surging, and then we start seeing fireworks at the end of this year big time, in my personal opinion. Guys, that's all I got for you for now. If you don't mind clicking that like button, subscribe button, and notification bell, I'll see you all in the next one.